The next technique is going to be for the TFL. The TFL is located just below the bony protrusion of the pelvis, called the ASIS. It's about 4 inches down. I basically say take the palm of your hand, place it on that bony protrusion, and it's going to be somewhere in here. A simple way of looking at it too is it's where your pockets are. It's where my pockets go. So what I'm going to do is take the roller, I'm going to set it on the ground, I'm going to lay the bony protrusion of the pelvis on the roller, and then from there I'm going to roll down a few inches and then just tilt to one side. I personally prefer to have a tripod position of my elbow under my shoulder, not up here like this, but under my shoulder, and both feet projecting forward. And then this hand I use as a little bit of stability, but again, I'm not hanging or laying or doing anything like that because that's going to distort my body. I'm trying to isolate a specific muscle and release it to the best of my ability. So as I'm doing this, I'm going to be tilted to one side and I'm going to rock up and down. That's one option. I can go side to side. That's another option. And then if I want to do pin and pull, I can set my knees down, bend this at 90 degrees, and wiggle it in and out like this. I can also do that with straight legs by turning the foot, just like so. And it's just enough to cause some activation in that muscle and allow it to pump so that we're getting better fluid and better flow and glide in the muscle. Glide is an important term in myofascia because it means that the layers of tissue are gliding over each other appropriately. Our goal with myofascial work is to hydrate tissue, increase elasticity, and increase glide. At no point, switch sides. You don't need to turn around, but I'm going to for the sake of the camera. Set up on both feet, rock to the outside, and start. At no point are we breaking down tissue. No amount of foam rolling is going to break down tissue. Fascia is it's technically a gelatinous crystal. It's not a solid, a liquid, or a gas. It can transmute its state, and it does so with fluid. It's also packed with nerve fibers. So it's part of proprioception. And for example, the muscle that we're on here, the TFL, also known as the Tensor Fasciae Latae, is one of the main mechanisms that controls IT band tension, and it's also a hip flexor that when it's really tight, it blocks off neutral positioning of the pelvis. And sitting all the time can cause this to shorten. Also overuse, like running a lot, can cause it to shorten. So releasing it so that way when we go to stretch our hip flexors or do a bridge or anything like that, we want to make sure that we can get our pelvis into a neutral tucked position. And if the TFL is holding on and super tight, we're not going to be able to do that. So it's really important that we hydrate and open up that tissue, as well as have the physical contact that helps our brain neurally map the area appropriately.